Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. Okay, this is your general love reading from August 22nd to September 5th. I've been looking at it for a little while. Ate a couple M&Ms because I'm a little depressed over it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for everybody who has asked for personal readings. And please know that I am working really hard to try and get on top of these, especially now that this eclipse has gone over this morning. Went directly over our heads here, so I just wanted to kind of wait to let that die down a little bit because it was definitely draining me. However, if you would like any information about a personal reading, check in the description box below. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and dig into this so that I can start telling you what I'm seeing. Okay, so the first card that I have is the Page of Swords. So I feel like somebody can get perhaps a little carried away, a little reckless with either their words or their behavior or their temper. Somebody might lose it a little bit or get a little... I get that this is a jumping to conclusions card, which I know I'm the queen of leaping to... I mean, I'll take a full-on javelin toss distance type leap toward a conclusion if I think it's right. And I think this Page of Swords is definitely an energy of somebody who thinks that they're right. Like, whenever I see this Page of Swords, I'm just kind of like, well, crap, there I am. That's me. So I feel like this could be you or the other person. You could be dealing with an air sign, but somebody is in this kind of... It's almost like they're just talking... Almost like they're just talking crap. But somebody is pushing the envelope a little bit. And the next card that I have is this Five of Pentacles. And this card is again, the kind of left out in the cold type of a card. I feel like this energy is picking up as kind of an insecurity or a fear that's happening. Or a fear that will happen. And that could be why this page is here. It's a little bit of defensive behavior because maybe you feel like somebody's pulling away a little bit or you've been down this road with them before and you can feel it happening perhaps. But I feel like this is an energy that it's relatively unstable because it's somebody who I feel like is insecure and that's making them act out of character, a little bit reckless. Or coming off as immature, perhaps. And then the next card that I have is the Emperor. So, again, I mean, it could definitely be a fire sign. The Emperor typically would represent Aries. It could be an Aries, Leo, or Sag, or somebody that's embodying this energy. And the first thing that I thought of when I saw this Emperor, though, the Emperor I usually love to see because it's a wonderful card. I mean, it's a great card. It's somebody who's totally in balance and in control. But the first thing that I thought of when I saw it, which I feel like is what is being communicated here for some of you, is this somebody embodies this kind of save the world complex. Like they feel like they can fix things for a lot of people. And perhaps that scatters them away from the relationship perhaps a little bit. Or they're doing things that perhaps helping people that you feel like they shouldn't be helping. Like if it had to do with maybe somebody of the opposite sex or something. But I feel like this can be kind of that, it's a big picture. It's like a fatherly type of energy and it's a big picture. It's for the collective type group, I feel like. Leader of the group. And so I feel like it's kind of that wanting to save everybody type of energy. Or perhaps carrying too many people. This could be you or the other person, but this is also somebody who maybe just have risen above this. Maybe they just rose above this energy, perhaps. So, like I said, could be you, could be the other person, but somebody maybe being pretty reckless or harsh with their words or losing their temper, and somebody might just be above that, like over that. They're not even going to do that. They're not even going to dignify it, perhaps. And then the next card that I have is the Wheel of Fortune, and I think this was also in the Sag reading. But since it feels like there is, like maybe things are taking a little bit of a turn down for some of you. Like the wheel is spinning, which it will come back up again, but I feel like that because the next card that I have is the Devil. I know who this means for me, and so I don't like seeing it. Could be a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who has legit addictions like to substances, alcoholism, or any kind of other substance abuse, perhaps. And it could be somebody who has maybe been in and out of treatment before, and that could be why this wheel is turning, where it's like, thought things were going well for a while and things start to look down again. But I feel like this is any kind of behavior, and since it's directly under this Five of Pentacles, which I also feel is that insecurity, I feel like this is some perhaps insecurity that comes in, and it always seems to rear its head at the worst times for a lot of you. So this could be you or the other person, but I feel like this is a lot of insecurity perhaps, or again, jumping to conclusions about the other person, and that could be like one of your personal demons that you're fighting. But this can also be, this card also represents the pagan god Pan, which was very like sexual and aggressive and just primal type of an energy. So that could be too, that some of you may have a relationship that's primarily built around maybe sex. But it could be that you're getting to a point where you're looking for more, and you feel like this other person is perhaps in control now that you kind of caught feelings. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, bringing the Devil, and then the last card that we have is the Ace of Swords, which is needing to cut something out. Or it's a new beginning where you release things. Or cutting through the BS too. It's a new beginning where you cut through the BS. Go directly for the goal. Go directly for whatever the goal is. And it's almost like an unapologetic energy. This is what I need and this is what I'm doing. And I'm sorry if you don't like that. But that's what's happening. So again, this could be you or the other person. You could be dealing with an air sign. The Devil card, like I said, it represents Capricorn, but I also feel like this represents fire signs too, because there's so much fire here. I mean, it definitely does take on some of that fiery energy. And a lot of fire signs do have Capricorn in their chart as well. So it could be that, or you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could be you could have Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but I feel like there's a lot more air and fire here than anything. And like I said, with that Emperor card, it could be an Aries. So let's clarify some of this and see what we come up with. Please clarify this Page of Swords here for Virgo, for love, for August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. Please clarify this Page of Swords for the sign of Virgo. Please clarify this Page of Swords here. Why is this Page of Swords here? For the sign of Virgo, for love. For August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. Why is this Page of Swords here? So yeah, the Knight of Swords on top of the Page of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there's somebody who is... The Knights generally represent messages coming in, so I feel like this is a message coming in, but I feel like it's coming in rather arrogant or harshly or with way too much force behind it. I feel like it's an argument that escalates to like a cutthroat level that it doesn't need to get to. The Knight of Swords, again, can also be kind of that... It is a little bit of a flaky energy. It kind of goes back and forth, to be the hero one place to another. And so, like I said, I feel like with this Emperor card here, too, somebody has kind of a hero complex. Or wanting to be a savior, or tries to save perhaps somebody else. But I feel like with this Page of Swords energy, it's an immature, younger type of energy. And it could definitely be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like it's aggressive. Or mean, even. So let's see what this Five of Pentacles is about. Please clarify this Five of Pentacles here for the sign of Virgo for love for August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. Why is this Five of Pentacles here? That one wants to come out. Here it is. So we have the Nine of Wands on top of the Five of Pentacles. So the Nine of Wands, it represents an energy of somebody who is... they're seasoned. It's somebody who's been around the block. It's somebody who has, you know, it's like a warrior. It's a survivor, but they're just ready to rest. They'll keep fighting, but they're ready to rest. They're ready to be done, to put down the burden. It's becoming a burden, but they can see like the end goal in sight. So I feel like with it on top of this Five of Pentacles, it's kind of, again, that feeling of the, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. So I'm going to have to sit here and endure this feeling of being left out in the cold. I don't know if it's a silent treatment that somebody gives you. I don't know if it's just they just pull back massively and leave you feeling left out about things, like you don't know where they are, what they're doing, or you might hear about it through somebody else, but you feel left out. But I feel like it's something that you've been here and you've done this before. So let's see what this Emperor is about. And it could be vice versa. It could be the other person too. Please clarify this Emperor here for the sign of Virgo for August 22nd. Okay. Here it is. Ace of Swords. Twice. Twice. On top of this Emperor. So perhaps there is some behavior that needs to be cut out. It could be controlling behavior. It could be this, if somebody's losing their temper, it could be that shit needs to be cut out. Like, can't do that. It could be for some of you that the other person is doing some cutting. Like, they might be telling you, I'm not doing that anymore. If this is your energy that may be being very harsh or blunt or cutting even with words, then this could be them saying, I'm not doing that anymore. Could be you, could be them. But this Ace of Swords is right on top of this Emperor here, which is on top of this other Ace of Swords. So could be that control issues need to be cut out. Or that this insecurity needs to be cut out. Jumping to conclusions is questioning. Some of you might be either you're being interrogated or you're interrogating or you are questioning trust big time. And it's like they're done with that. Please clarify this Wheel of Fortune card here for the sign of Virgo for love from August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. What is this Wheel of Fortune card about here? Please clarify this Wheel of Fortune card here for August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. Why is this Wheel of Fortune here? Page of Wands on top of the Wheel of Fortune. So that's that. It's an immature... It's like immature action behavior. So it's kind of along the lines of... It's like drama or... Like the Page of Swords can represent gossip. Page of Wands can represent drama. It can represent flaky behavior. It can represent, dishonest actions. Not necessarily dishonest, but somebody who is a little bit maybe secretive about where they are, what they're doing. And you could be dealing with this fire sign. It could be that you're dealing with a fire sign here, and perhaps they start being a little distant, or maybe you are the one jumping to conclusions about them flirting, and that's what they're not dealing with anymore. Let's see what this Devil card is about. Please clarify this Devil card for the sign of Virgo for August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. What is this Devil card about here? Please clarify this Devil card. With the Page of Wands, too, on top of that Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of a come and go energy. Again, with the Page of Swords, they're kind of come and go energies. Like, they're here, it's fun, they leave, they're gone, they come back. It's kind of come and go as they please. So it could be that you are perhaps requiring them to step up to the plate into the Emperor's position, or they're going to be done. It could be that you're requiring them to step up to the plate too. But I feel like this Page of Wands here on top of the Wheel of Fortune is somebody reverting back to previous behaviors. Please clarify this Devil card here for the sign of Virgo for August 22nd through September 5th, 2017. What is this Devil card about? Oop, right there. Wow. We got the Devil, clarifying the Devil, and it popped right out of the deck. Shit. Sorry, I don't like that. So I feel like this is something that we've been here before. We've been here before. We have freaking been here before. And we said last time we weren't going to do it again. And so that means this time we can't do it again. So something has to come to, like there's some cycle here that needs to be stopped. And I feel like you know what this is, I feel like. It's something that you've been through before here. Again, somebody could be dealing with addiction, somebody could be dealing with alcoholism, or it could be you all up in your insecurity because this person is acting a little bit suspicious again. And so you could be all trapped up in your head making yourself crazy about it again. But this Devil on top of the Devil, there's definitely something that's taking over. It's consuming somebody's attention. It's putting somebody in a position. Again, if you're dealing with hero of the world over here who's trying to rescue everybody, it could be that they keep going back to this like codependent relationship to try and rescue somebody, to try and save them. And it's like you get dragged along for the ride. Let's see what this Ace of Swords is about here. Please clarify this Ace of Swords for the sign of Virgo. Whoop, there it goes. So the King of Wands on top of the Ace of Swords. Again, it could be you requiring somebody to step up to the plate. With the Emperor and the King of Wands, those are both fire signs that are in their absolute element, like at their best. With this Ace of Swords, though, on top of it, I feel like there is, again, it's kind of like there's something that needs to be cut out and removed. Or perhaps they need to remove somebody. And I feel like there will be a recognition of that during this time. You've got an Ace of Swords on top of the Emperor, and you've got an Ace of Swords clarified by the King of Wands. So it could be some of you need to cut a fire sign completely out. But I feel like it's more along the lines of letting you know that this cycle is going on again and that this fire sign needs to cut whatever these two Devil cards are about here. There's something that comes in with this fire sign. I feel like it's a pattern that comes in, and when this Wheel of Fortune turns, things start changing and it goes bad again, and then it's almost like there's this breakup, makeup energy. But I feel like this King of Wands clarifying this Ace of Swords could be that they're cutting this Devil out too. So let me know what's going on with you guys. Because I know what this is saying to me, but I don't know. Because it could be saying something different. So let me know what's going on. And thank you so much for tuning in.